everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darian and today we're going to be choosing my February TBR. So February is obviously one of my favorite months because it is my birthday month. Yes, thank you everyone. Yeah, I mean, I love my birthday month. I love making everything about me, obviously. But it is the shortest month, as we all know, so can I read as much as I did in January? Because when I'm filming this, January is not over yet, but she's reading a lot in January. I don't know what's going on, but I'm hoping to keep up this momentum. So before we get into the TBR, I want to redirect you guys to my January TBR in case you missed it, because I did explain some new rules to how I am choosing my TBRs for this year. So as we all know, I use my prompt jar to pick prompts out of, and based on those prompts, I pick a book. My two new rules this year are: one, I can veto one prompt every month, so there can be one prompt that I pull out if I don't want to do it, if I don't like it, I'm vetoing it. The other rule is that every month I'm going to have a safe book. I think that's what I'm gonna call it, I don't know. But I have a safe book which will not count into the like 5 books I pick for the 5 prompts I pick. It actually will replace one of the books I pick. I don't know how to explain this, but it makes more sense when you see it. Also, like, if you want to watch my January TBR, you'll understand what I mean. But basically there's a book that will for sure be on my TBR. I switch one book out for it at the end of the video. That's all it is. You'll see what that means at the end. So my safe book for February is going to be Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen. This is a book that I want to read for a video, and I was hoping to read in January. It was on my TBR, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna get to it before the end of January, so I'm gonna put it as my safe book for February because I definitely want to read it because it's for a video. So this is the safe book for February, and the Buzzwordathon prompt for February is to read a book with a verb in the title, which I think will be fairly easy. I mean, there's one book, like, I mean, you could say made, Violet Made of Thorns. Is that a verb? It's made. I don't know if that counts as a verb. But there's a few books, like, I'm not worried about that prompt. Like, one of my book club books has a verb in the title, so that'll be fine. So let's just get into picking our 5 prompts from the prompt jar. So hopefully she's nice to me this month, but let's remember, we do have a veto. Once I use my veto, I can't, like, undo it, you know? So the veto is locked in once I pick it. But this is the first prompt for February. It is... Okay. Read a book Kasey read in 2022. This prompt is obviously brought to you by Kasey from Kasey Can Read. A book Kasey read in 2022. There is one book I want to read, but she read this literally like a few weeks ago in 2023, so that doesn't work. Let me see, did Kasey read this book in 2022? Or did she even read it at all? But I'm pretty sure she read it. Yeah, okay. When did she read it? 2022. Excellent. Okay, apologies if the angle is different. I had to change my battery, but the book I was thinking of, Kasey did read it in 2022, and that book is Finlay Donovan is Killing It by Elle Cosimano, I think is the author's name. And this book came out, I want to say 2 years ago in 2021. And this is the first book in a cozy mystery series. And all I know is that it's about this woman who is at Panera, I think, and she's like complaining to someone about how she wishes like she could kill her husband or like something like that. Oh no, this is what it's about. She's an author and she's talking about characters in her book that like she's planning on killing, like killing off, but someone overhears her and thinks she's talking about a real person and is like, hey, can you kill my husband? Because she thinks she's like a hitman or something. Thus begins a series of shenanigans, I suppose, and I am very excited to read it, and this is the Winer's Book Club pick for February, and it is my pick. So we'll be doing reading sprints for this book at some point during the month on my channel, so stay tuned for that. But this also works for the Buzzwordathon because killing is a verb. So thank you, Kasey. Apparently she gave it 3 stars, so that's not great, but I am excited to read this one, and I'm happy I could fit it into one of these prompts. I'm sure Kasey will be upset that that's what I use her prompt for, but it'll go back in the jar. Don't worry, Kasey. But okay, let's see. Prompt number 2, we're gonna go with, ooh, which one? I'm gonna go with this one. So prompt number 2 for February is read a book that you think will make you cry. I have a few books set out, but none of these, I think. Oh, maybe that one? What is this about? Is this one gonna make me cry? Okay, I'm gonna say this is a fair pick for a book that might make me cry. But that is Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson, and this is a book that Jan recently gifted to me, so thank you so much, Jan, for this book. And also this is the 20-something book club pick for February, so it all works out. It's also very short, so it's great. I've been very excited to read this for a while, but let me read you a bit of the synopsis. So it says, in a crowded London pub, two young people meet. Both are Black British, both won scholarships to private schools where they struggled to belong. Both are now artists, he a photographer, she a dancer, and both are trying to make their mark in a world that by turns... What? In a world that by turns... Huh? What does that mean? And both are trying to make their mark in a world that by turns... celebrates and rejects them. Oh, I get it. By turns, celebrates and rejects them. Got it. She can't think today. Tentatively, tenderly, they fall in love, but two people who seem destined to be together can still be torn apart by fear and violence, and over the course of a year they find their relationship tested by forces beyond their control. Narrated with deep intimacy, Open Water is at once an achingly beautiful love story and a potent insight into race and masculinity, to be vulnerable when you are only respected for strength, to find safety in love only to lose it. That's all I'm gonna read, but that sounds like it could be sad. I mean, if something's described as achingly beautiful, I feel like there's a good chance I'm gonna cry. So that sounds great. I mean, I've heard great things about this book and I'm very excited to read it. So yay. Okay, this is going very well so far. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm happy with it. We're just gonna go with this for prompt number 3. So let's see. Prompt number 3 for February. Oh my god. Ah! She jumped right out of my hand. Okay, why can't I open this there? Oh. I might veto this prompt, but the prompt is to read a book written before 2010. I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna veto that one. I mean, I could read a classic, but I don't think I am in the right mindset to read a classic this month, so we're just gonna veto that prompt. So let's go ahead and pick another third prompt. So we'll go with this one. Okay, prompt number 3, take 2. And now there's no more vetoes, so I have to do the rest of the prompts I get today. So, I am so happy I got this. So the prompt is Wordle pick. I don't know if you can see that, but Wordle pick. Basically, I'm going to do today's Wordle, and then whatever the word of the day is, I'm going to pick a book that word reminds me of, I guess. Okay, I have to do it on my computer because my phone doesn't screen record, so let's try to figure this out together. I should have some sort of penalty, I think, if I don't guess the word, but that's only happened, I think, once, so I think I can do it. But let's see, what word should we start with? I like audio as a, oops, why aren't we there? Audio as a first word, because it's got most of the vowels there. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's try this. All right. Maybe it's, ooh. No. There's no N. But maybe I can... Third? Have I tried? No. Okay, alright. So it probably ends in I or T, I would think. Because, yeah. I don't think the second letter could be T and then one of the remaining letters. Oh, unless stir. No, I already used S. Wait, did I already use S? No. Wait, stir, stirs, stir, stirt, stirs, stirl, stirk, stirb, stirb, stirg, stirf, stirs. Okay, that's wrong. So it ends in IRT. Flirt, glurt, flirt. We got it, boys. Okay, all right. Okay, the word is flirt, and I think this book, I think we can all agree this book counts, but this is gonna be a reread. I'm so excited. But that is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read this back in 2019, so it's been a while since I read this, but this is one of my favorite books ever. I absolutely adored it when I read it for the first time, and the show is coming out at the beginning of March, and I'm so excited to read it, so I wanted to reread it before the show came out. If you don't know, this is about a band in the 70s, not a real band, even though some people think so, but a fictional band from the 70s that was extremely popular. Think like Fleetwood Mac. It's very much like inspired by Fleetwood Mac. They were very popular, but then they had this very like sudden breakup and people never really knew why. And now this book is written in like an interview style, so the characters, the members of the band, they're kind of giving this tell-all interview about what happened, why they broke up, and like their rise to fame from their point of view, and it's just so good. I honestly don't think I'll ever love a book by Taylor Jenkins Reid as much as this one. I've only read one other one, but it just doesn't compare. I love this book so much, and I'm planning on listening to the audiobook because everyone says how amazing the audiobook is. When I read this, I read it physically, but now I'm gonna read it audibly, and I'm very excited. And Billy is definitely a flirt in this book, so I think it counts. So I'm gonna go with this one for that prompt. Honestly, by how things are going, I might not even need like to switch out these books for my safe book. I might just add it onto the list, which I guess I could do. I don't have to switch it out, but anyways, prompt number 4. So my 4th book for February. This is going too well. But I got book club pick, and I already have my Weiner's book, but let's talk about, I mean, does this count as a book club? I say it's a book club, but this is for the Shadowhunters read along, and our February book is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is the 2nd book in the Dark Artifices series, and this is one of my least favorite covers of all time. Look how bad it is. I will never get over how bad these covers are. Like, the cover itself isn't so bad, but when you look at every other cover of the Shadowhunter books, specific, like, I'm not thinking like City of Bones with like the guy with his chest out, you know, like that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the new covers of all the books. If you look at those, like, what is this? What is this? They put a guy up here, they put a city sideways, they called it a day. Like, I don't understand. Anyways, me, Lisa, and Casey are doing a Shadowhunters read along. We started it last January, so we're still going strong, but this is our February book. It is very large, but I was about to say I'm excited. I'm not too excited, honestly, because I really didn't like the way Lady Midnight ended, and it kind of introduced a trope that I hate that I'm sure will be prevalent in this book, and so I'm just not excited about it. But I need to read it this month anyway, so thank you TBR Jar for this. Okay, this is going great. Like, if I get a book I don't really want to read for this last prompt, I'm just gonna switch it out for my safe book. And if it's a book I really want to read, then I'll just add my safe book on top of it. I guess I didn't think that that would ever happen because this never happens to me. So prompt number 5, last prompt of the day, is read a book that has a moon on the cover. A moon. Ooh, is that a moon? Is that a moon? Wait, is this a moon? Is there a moon here somewhere? I was looking at Project Hail Mary, like, is this a moon? I don't know, and it's not clear in the synopsis, so I guess we can't go with that one. Okay, so after looking for a bit, I have picked a book, and that is A Million to One by Adiba Jagidar. This is a book I got an ARC for, and I didn't read it, as I never do. I'm so bad with my ARCs, but I believe this book came out in December, and I really, I'm really looking forward to it. It's about these 4 women. All I know is that, I think it's 4 women, right? Yeah, there's 4 women who are on the Titanic, and I think they're trying to either solve a crime or commit a heist. I think it's the heist. I think that's what they're doing. And I believe it's sapphic, and did I mention they're on the Titanic? So clearly the stakes are high, so I really want to read it. And honestly, I don't think I'm even going to switch this out for my safe book, so I think I'm just going to add it on top of the TBR and just also have my safe book, which I guess defeats the purpose of the safe book, but it's on the TBR anyways, so we're just not even going to swap it out because this is my TBR and it's my rules, so we're just going to include all the books. It's fine. The shortest month of the year, I don't know her. So I do want to mention 2 other books that I want to get to in February. There's no way I'm getting through all of these, like we all know this, but one of them is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, the second book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I would like to read this and more of the series before season 2 of the show comes out at the end of March. So hopefully, if I had the audiobook, then I would listen to the audiobook, but I do not have access to the audiobook anywhere, which is very frustrating because I don't really want to read this physically, but I might have to. So if I can get to it, then I will. Also another book, which I might have to listen to the audiobook because I think that might be the only way I can read this and some of these other books, but that is Priory Thorn Street by Samantha Shannon. This is a thick boy, okay? This book is, I think it's like 800 something. Yeah, it's about 800 pages, and the prequel is coming out at the end of February. It comes out on my birthday. So Samantha Shannon really said happy birthday to Darian specifically. But yeah, I would love to reread this before the prequel comes out. I mean, obviously, like, it's a prequel, so it's not like events from this book will, I guess, matter in the prequel, but also, like, I don't know. I feel like I should read this before reading the new book that comes out. I feel like that makes sense. I don't know. So maybe I can listen to the audiobook and that's how I'll get through it. We'll see. I don't know. So with that in mind, oh god, hold on. Let me try to hold up all these books. This is my February TBR plus Finley Donovan plus A Million to One. We're not gonna get through them all, folks, but we're gonna try our best. There is also like another book that I won't say, but that's for the same video as Violet Made of Thorns. So if I can get to that book this month too, that would be great. But yeah, let me know which of these books I should prioritize, or if you are also reading any of these books in February, I would love to know. If you are still watching, leave a purple heart because it is Valentine's Day and it's my birthday and purple is my favorite color. So leave a purple heart if you're still watching, or if you want to comment something but you don't know what to say. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon with another video soon. Bye!